The ladies over at The View are very concerned about democracy, which is why they don't want you to see the presidential debate.
The only debate I would like to see is him and Nikki Haley. If he would debate Nikki Haley, I would support that. I don't think Biden needs to, since Donald Trump has done nothing to participate in this democracy since he lost.
Make it make sense. We're going to break it all down, but first, welcome back to Mediaite. I'm Brad Polumbo, and this is your home for commentary and coverage on the intersection of politics and media. If you're new here, do consider subscribing and sticking around, and maybe even turning on those bell notifications, and don't forget to like and comment with your thoughts as we go along. So here's the first bit of the segment from The View that's got everybody talking.
Normally, my gut would tell me it's good for democracy. I caveat that with, if we did not know these two men as well as we do, it would be more important for them to be debating. The problem is, for the reasons you just spelled out, Donald Trump comes on and I wish they'd put him in phone booths and cut mics after a certain amount of time, because in addition to the fact checking, he overtalks, gaslights, and everything else. So oftentimes the comparison to Donald Trump makes anyone look less than on some level. You know, like, I know he looks crazy too, but remember how he'd like come behind Hillary when she was like, and he was like always hovering. He has these like nonverbal cues that could lead some to believe, oh, he's so strong, or he's this, but he just blows the whole thing out of the water. And if he hasn't debated anyone yet, the only debate I would like to see is him and Nikki Haley. If he would debate Nikki Haley, I would support that. I don't think Biden needs to, since Donald Trump has done nothing to participate in this democracy since he lost.
Babe, you need to make your mind up. Are you pro-democracy, or are you against the public getting to hear from both candidates and deciding who they support? You really can't be both? At least, not if your goal is to make any sense. There's also a really disturbing degree of condescension on display here. What Sarah Haynes is essentially saying is that the American public is too stupid and too gullible to be allowed to hear from Trump directly. He'll just pull the wool over their naive eyes. Only the brilliant elites like these ladies can be trusted to listen to Trump, and then they'll tell you what the truth is. You can't be allowed to hear from him directly. No. Hearing from a candidate directly, that would be dangerous for democracy. Huh? It's also bizarre how she seems to suggest that for Biden to debate Trump would be a threat to democracy, but also says that she wants Trump to debate against Nikki Haley and have that be widely seen. Wait, is letting Trump debate bad, or is it not? This bit just seems wildly inconsistent and nonsensical. There's more though, of course. Check out this second clip.
I don't think I need to see someone who has been twice impeached and is a disgrace and a one-term president with 91 counts facing him. I think it legitimizes him. I don't need to be gaslit by Trump. We all know who he is. We all know what he stands for. We also know that Biden debated him twice and just like sort of mopped the floor with him. If you look at any of the studies, most Americans that watched it thought that Biden won, not only on policy, but on demeanor, especially. Does this person have the temperament to be the president? We know who Donald Trump is. I don't think you give him that type of platform.
But also, if Biden flubs, they'll be all over him. If Trump flubs,
but if he doesn't show up,
cares?
they'll be all over him. But here's the thing. A lot has happened since 2020. January 6th hadn't happened. Donald Trump needs to have to stand next to Joe Biden. Joe Biden needs to call him out on the unfitness.
So I want to talk about this notion that letting Trump debate legitimizes him. I have bad news for you, babe. You don't have to support Trump. I certainly don't. But whether you like it or not, no matter how much you want to bury your head in the sand, he is the front runner for the nomination of a major party, and many polls even have him as a slight favorite to win the general election. In that sense, he's legitimate, whether you like it or not. And you'd be much better served by actually trying to grapple with the reasons that people might support him rather than just being in denial. Also, ditching the presidential debates because it would let Trump speak to people totally lets President Biden off the hook. Many Americans are genuinely concerned about President Biden's mental acuity, his fitness, and his age, and they have a right to see how he performs unscripted over a long period of time in a live setting that's not just prearranged and pre-scripted and full of softball questions. They should then be able to decide for themselves whether they think he's fit for the job. Now look, maybe Sarah Haynes and Sunny Hostin think that Biden is sharp as a tack. I certainly don't. I'm not buying it, but hey, maybe that's what they think. If that's true though, what are you afraid of? What are you so worried about that the public will see and judge him for? Biden should also have to answer tough questions about the things he's done and overseen as president, whether it's the disastrous, botched Afghanistan withdrawal that left 13 U.S. soldiers dead, or his repeated attempts, despite the Supreme Court, to try to cancel student debt, or his controversial support for Israel's war in Gaza. Saying that, oh well, he debated in 2020 not only ignores any possible decline he may have experienced physically or mentally since then, but it totally ignores all the important issues that have happened since 2020 that really do need to be scrutinized and debated. But that kind of scrutiny rarely, if ever, happens in the friendly, occasional, rare media interviews that Biden sets up. But it would happen if he was forced to debate Trump and his feet were held to the fire. That's something the American public deserves to see when they're making their choice for the next president. Plus, if we're being honest, we all know the debates are going to be wild, must-see TV. Why do the ladies at The View want to deny us that? They say they're worried about democracy, but if you ask me, it seems like they're really worried that the democracy playing out might not work out the way they hope. All right, everybody, that's it for this video. If you're still here, don't forget to like and comment with your thoughts because you must have found something interesting or insightful, and please do consider subscribing and maybe even turning on bell notifications so you can keep up with us next time. Now, I'll see you all in the next video.